Hey there, how there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter, and I'm welcoming you to another Above the Rim college basketball tournament. We are doing the NCAA Grand Tourneys. We had 16 seasons, like slash tournaments. The top four in each tournament got to move on, and however good you are in real life is what the seeding you got is. We do have some key matchups here. We have the top three teams are in. Number four being the 81 Indiana Hoosiers. They lost to the 82 Idaho squad. So we do have 8 matches for you. We have here, the 17 seed 82 North Carolina Tar Heels having to face the number 1 seed 76 Indiana Hoosiers. You got MJ versus Scotty May. You have the 25 seed 81 Oregon State Beavers against the 41 seed 87 UNLV Running Rebels. UNLV getting to the Final Four in 87. Everyone remembers about Syracuse, Indiana, but LV got to the Final Four. Oregon State was supposed to make it a deep run in 1981, but they fell over, tripped over their own feet to Kansas State. 61 St. Bonaventure versus 82 Idaho. St. Bonnie was given the 13th seed because of the 16 winners. They had the 13th best thing, so that we got that. And the 82 Idaho squad, ranked number 61, were supposed to fall to the 81 Hoosiers, and they were supposed to fall to the 36 seed 60 Ohio State team that were national champs. But nope, they take on 61 St. Bonaventure. So the winner of this game is the genuine Cinderella, if you will. Yeah, 82 North Carolina, 76 Indiana both won national titles. 96 Kentucky, the 5 seed against the number 21 seed 70 Jacksonville Dolphins. Jacksonville went to the 1978 NCAA championship against UCLA and fell victim to UCLA's run for their 4th straight title. 96 Kentucky did win the national title. You got the 18 seed 63 Loyola Ramblers against the number 2 seed 72 UCLA. Of course, Bill Walton in the LA thingy, and the 63 Loyola Ramblers, who won the national title that year. You got the 58 seed 83 Missouri against the 10 seed 54 Kentucky. Great matchup there. 83 Missouri, all those teams. And then you got 54 Kentucky, who won the national title game. And then you got yourself 85 Oklahoma, ranked number 14 against the number 3 seed North Carolina from 93. That's the team that had Donald Williams come off the bench, be the MVP, and they beat Chris Webber and Michigan. Of course, that was when Webber's ill-fated timeout. 85 Oklahoma, I don't know how they did it, but they won the tournament anyway. And the 27 seed 83 Hoosiers against the 1990 Arkansas Razorbacks, number 22, who were looking pretty good. But anyway, so we will start with Indiana and Arkansas. My Razorbacks win again, 86-74. So the 90 Razorbacks are in the quarterfinals. 20 from Hury off the bench, 26 minutes. Oliver Miller, future Raptor and Sun, with 13 points in 20 minutes off the bench. 14 points by Todd Day for fouls. Remember, it takes 5 to be booted from the game, and that's what Chiomi did for Indiana. Randy Whitman, 18 points. Blab, 8. Kitchell, 4. Yeah. Todd Day, Lee Mayberry, future Vancouver Grizzly. So it's 86-74. So the 1990 Razorbacks are looking good to make the quarterfinals. Next, we have 96 Kentucky, 70 Jacksonville. And that is a win for Jacksonville. Jacksonville beats Kentucky. What a move. I thought the 96 Cats were going to win. They lose 95-93. Jacksonville in the quarterfinals. Yikes. 25 from Artis Gilmore, the big boy, future bull and spur icon. 5 fouls from Nelson, but still did it. 16 from Whittington Meyer. Power. Walter McCurdy, Ron Mercer, Jeff Shepard, Nazir Muhammad. Great bench. 13 from McCurdy, 17 from Tony Delk, 16 from Derek Anderson, 15 from Antoine Walker. Walker for Boston, Delk for Boston. Epps for 10. So Jacksonville, Kachi. 81 Oregon State, 87 LP. And it will be the Beavers, 85-77. So Oregon State will move on to the quarterfinals. 21 from Johnson, 19 from Bloom. LV had Patio, Wade, and Graham all foul out. 16 from Gilliam, 12 from Patio, 12 from Weston, 11 from Freddie Banks. But LV losing the running gun to Oregon State. So the 81 team looking pretty impressive. Next up, 85 Oklahoma, 93 North Carolina. And in the end, it was North Carolina crushing Oklahoma 95-75. 20 points from Montrose, the future Raptor, among others. 18 from George Lynch, the future Sixer. 10 from Pat Sullivan, Reese and Derek Phelps, good old Phelps. 13 from Donald Williams. Salvadori Roto, Winston Cherry Calabria. 85 Oklahoma, 16 from Bowie, 16 from Kennedy. Wayman Tisdale, 10 points. Clark also 10 points. Wayman's brother did not even play. Why did they not play him? Especially with Watson having 5,011 minutes. I don't know. You? I don't. So anyway, 63 Loyola, 72 LA. And the winner is UCLA, 89-77. So they crushed Loyola. Harkness put up 30 points in 34 minutes. Pretty good for him. 12 from Hunter. LA, 6 people in double digits. No one really putting up a massive effort. It was a team effort more so than anything else. That's Larry Holyfield. That's Evander Holyfield's older brother. Sven Nader, also off the bench. But yeah, Bill Walton, future Portland Trailblazer and winner of an NBA ring. Henry Bibby with the Knicks. Keith Wilkes also pretty good too. So yeah. You got 82 North Carolina versus 76 Indiana. And in the end, it was Indiana losing to MJ. So Indiana looking pretty good with them never losing a match. Well, 24 from Scott May, pretty good. Kent Benson, 4 points. He was kind of an NBA flop with the Pistons. Quinn Buckner, 14 points. Bob Bender didn't play a second. North Carolina didn't really need their bench. They used Exum, Bruston, Braddock, but only 4 points. 22 from Sam Perkins, future Laker. 15 from James Worthy, future Laker. Matt Doherty, don't really care about him. MJ, MJ being MJ, and Jamie Black. So yeah, they did it. Next we have 83 Missouri against 54 Kentucky. And in the end, it was Kentucky. Well, it is Kentucky after all. They won 77-73. 31 from Cliff Hagan. Ramsey and Siriopolis all both fouled out. Dressler fouled out from Missouri. 23 from Stepanovic, 16 from Sunfield. Counting over 13. But yeah, Hagan 31, Ramsey 11, Evans 11. So yeah, Cliff Hagan doing his job. And then we have St. Bonaventure, Idaho, the Cinderella story. And the Cinderella story goes to St. Bonaventure, 72-70. Idaho was so close to pulling one out of the hat. 28 from Stiff in 40 minutes. He played every minute. Played 11 from Jury, 10 from Crawford. First and no points in 17 minutes. 18 points from Herbert. Owen 16, Kellerman 14, Smith 8, Hobson 12. St. Bonaventure won 72-70. That was close. It was 72-70. Hobson. McCauley missed the free throw. No one's tried. All right. So let's take a look at. So it'd be best of 3. So we have the 81 Oregon State Beavers, number 25 against number 17. Yeah, none of these teams are worse than number 25. So 25 Oregon State against 17, 82 North Carolina. So it's Oregon State, the team that won 25 in a row, and we're supposed to do well in the 81 playoffs, but then against MJ and the 82 team. You got yourself the 21 seed 70 Jacksonville Dolphins against number 13, 61 St. Bonaventure. So one of those schools will be going to the semifinals, which is pretty impressive. You got Artis Gilmore against the Bonnies. You have number 10, 54 Kentucky against number 2, UCLA from 72. So 2 fine schools, 2 national champions, and Arkansas, my boys, against the 93 North Carolina Tar Heels. So yeah, North Carolina's got 2 teams. Pretty good. Let's take a look at the final 8. 81 Oregon State beat Bill Bradley, in the 65 Princeton, the 65 Michigan with Cassie Russell, and 87 UNLV with I don't care who. So anyway, Steve Johnson, the main man for Oregon State, 17.7 points per game. and they have a 3-game series. 82 North Carolina. They beat 94 Oklahoma State with a young Bryant Reeves. 87 Florida and 76 Indiana. The seemingly impossible loss. Sam Perkins with 20 points per game. He's got the rebounds. Jimmy Black the assists. Jimmy Black the steals and blocks Sam Perkins. So this was all Sam Perkins' team. 70 Jacksonville with Artis Gilmore and crew of 33 points per game. Look at those rebounds. They beat 90 Michigan State with Steve Smith. 83 North Carolina with MJ as a sophomore and the 96 Kentucky squad that had Antoine Walker on it. They take on St. Bonaventure that beat 86 North Carolina with Brad Doherty, the future number 1 pick. The 84 Cougars with Hakeem Olajuwon after Drexel left for the pros, and Idaho with their fellow upsets. But yeah, Tom Stiff with 24 points per game. 54 Kentucky, who beat 77 Utah, 76 North Carolina, and 83 Missouri. Kind of no-name teams, if you will. Cliff Hagan proving himself worthy, but then he got caught in the point shaving thing and couldn't play in the NBA. 72 UCLA, they beat 85 Syracuse, 87 Clemson, and 63 Loyola, but Loyola were champs. Keith Wilkes can score the points. Bill Walton can rebound. Henry Bibby can play assists and steals from Greg Lee. 1990 Arkansas, they beat 95 Oklahoma State with Big Country Reeves before he went to the NBA draft. That was his draft year, Big Country. 82 Missouri, and then 83 Indiana. So Ron Hurry, 16.7 points a game. But they're on the bench. Lindsey Howard with the rebounds, Lee Mayberry with the assists, Michael Hoke with the steals, O-Dog, Oliver Miller with the blocks. So that's what. And then the stats. Leaders. Artis Gilmore, 70 Jacksonville, 101 points. Cliff Hagan, 78 for 54 Oklahoma. Wayman Tisdale of 85 Oklahoma. They're out, right? Yeah, they lost to 93 North Carolina. So, yeah, Tisdale, 76 points, but he's out. 101 points by Gilmore. Total rebounds, Gilmore was 63. Kavanagh of 83 Missouri, who's out, 44. And Cliff Hagan's got 34 for third place. And he's still in. Wade of 87 UNLV with 35 assists. Yeah, they lost to Oregon State, so they're out. Derek Phelps of 93 North Carolina is the active leader with 30. Steals Derek Phelps with 11. Blocks Hakeem with 84. Cougars with 18, but he's out. 72 LA's Bolton is in. Minutes played, Randy Whitman, 123 points for the 83 Indiana squad, but they're out. Points per game, Gilmore, number 1. Mark Geyer, number 2, 28.5, but he's out. And Michael Jordan of 84 North Carolina, he's out, 27. Rebounds per game, Artis Gilmore 21.0. Getty's 12.0 with the assists. So, yeah. Highlights. Most points for the game. Wayne Tesla 46 for Oklahoma in a win. Artis Gilmore 41 for Jacksonville against 83 North Carolina. And Mark Geyer 38 points for DePaul against Western Kentucky. The most points of the loss, 33 from Bill Bradley losing to Oregon State. Steals in the game, Derek Phelps 6 against 86 Bama in a win. Most points by team, Jacksonville 119. And all that. The only team to lose while scoring in the top 10 in points is 84 North Carolina, but they lost to 83 Indiana in that same game, 111, 108. Yeah, Jacksonville. Rebounds the game, Artis Gilmore against 96 Kentucky in that narrow win, 27. He beat Jerry Lucas's mark. Tom Hoythorne had 19 against the 76 Indiana squad in a loss. Most blocks, Elijah with 10 against 57 Kansas, but he outdid Stilt Chamberlain. But he had 8 for 84 Houston against St. Bonnie and lost 48 points. Yeah, nobody has had 60 less than 65 points in a game and won. Getty's 13 assists. Hakeem Olajuwon with a triple double. So we are at the 12-minute mark. So we might as well just do the quarterfinals. Yes, Oregon State, North Carolina, game 1 sees Oregon State wins 70-58. A big win for Oregon State. 27 from Johnson, 20 from MJ, 13 from Worthy. Everyone else was just single digits. 16 from Radford. Game 1 of Jacksonville St. Bonnie saw St. Bonnie win 85-75, 28 from Stiff, 22 from Crawford. Well, Nelson of Jacksonville fouled out. Gilbert with 27 points, 28 rebounds. Pretty good. Pretty good. 5 for 13 rebounds. Are we talking about Oregon State? 50 for Kentucky, 72 LA. Sees LA win 88 to 68. 23 from Bill Walton and 26 rebounds. 14 from Farmer, 10 from Lee. Larry Holyfield with 10 points off the bench in 17 minutes, 28 or 9 minutes off the bench. 17 from Cliff Hagan, 12 from Ramsey. Bibb and the Coys. And 90 Arkansas, 93 North Carolina. Arkansas wins in overtime. 98-93, Arkansas wins in overtime. 21 from Credit, 20 from Day. Howard, 19. 5 fouls from Bowers, the starting shooting guard. 13 points off the bench from Hurry. Oliver Miller played 18 minutes and scored 7 points. 93 North Carolina, 22 from Reese, 16 from Montrose, 17 from Lynch. Reese fouled out. You must know 4 fouls from Pat Sullivan, 6 points. Donald Williams, 6 points in 17 minutes. So, yeah. Game 2. So, North Carolina survived 73-71. So, there has to be a tiebreak. 18 points from James Worthy, 17 from Perkins, 14 from MJ. No bench player, 16 from Radford, 14 from Sidon. So, 73-71. So, it's 1-1. Jacksonville tied their series 100-92. 27 from Gilmore, 20 from Burrows. St. Bonnie only played 8 guys. 28 from Stiff, 22 from Crawford. UCLA beats Kentucky. Everyone thought they were going to do it, so LA gets through in a sweep. Bill Walton, 35, Wilkes, 11, Bibby, 9. Larry Holyfield played 26 minutes, 10 points. 15 from Service, Hagan, and Ramsey did not do their job, so 72 UCLA has won their series. And Arkansas wins the series. So our Razorbacks get to the semifinals. Unreal. Arkansas. 21 from Day, 18 from Howe. Lee Murray, 15. Oliver Miller, 6 points in 22 minutes. Hurley can't score. All of a sudden, credit with 5 fouls. Phelps and Sullivan, Cherry and Calabria, and Stevenson, too. Yeah, 18 from Montrose and Donald Williams. He did start this game. 12 from Reese, 11 from Lynch. So we have a pair of, well, yeah, 90% was not supposed to make it to the semifinals. They weren't supposed to make it to this Oregon State, North Carolina. And whoa, MJ loses to Oregon State. I thought, oh yes, MJ's going to win and get to the semifinals. No, 22 from Perkins, 20 from Murphy. MJ only had 6 points and 4 fouls. 21 from Johnson, 18 off the bench from Stout, 14 from Bloom. So yeah, Oregon State's in the semifinals. And the 4th semifinal spot will be taken by Jacksonville. 23 from Burroughs, 20 from Morgan. So Jacksonville will be going to the semifinals with Artis Gilmore. Well, Gilmore didn't score points. They put him on the board, but he had put 23 rebounds, 33 from Stiff, 23 from Crawford. They're not going to make it. So it's 21 seed Jacksonville versus number 25 Oregon State. And number 22 Arkansas against 90 Arkansas against number 2 72 LA. So you got Artis Gilmore, Stevie Johnson, uh, Oliver Miller, and Bill Walton. Big names, big centers. So yeah, Jacksonville, Oregon State, Arkansas, and UCLA. So with those stats, UCLA was the only one to win the tournament. They won the 1970-74 tournament. 70 Jacksonville, 90 Arkansas, and 81 Oregon State all lost their finals. They all lost their their tourney finals, but they're in the semifinals. So hey, no major, no big like Cinderella's quarterfinals. Lowest rank was 25. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, semifinals will be best of 5. Jacksonville, Oregon State, and Arkansas, UCLA. Who will win? I don't know. we'll get, well, actually, we'll give you the stats and all that to start the semifinals. Anyway, what I'm going to do.